Hello, this is Dr. Lee with Meteo. I am the CEO and founder of Meteo, and I will go over in this presentation HIPAA confidentiality. So in this unit, we're going to discuss an introduction to HIPAA, specifically what is HIPAA and why it is important, and also what is PHI and how it is related to HIPAA. So what is HIPAA? HIPAA stands for Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. The Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act is a federal law that was signed by Congress in 1996. Its main objective is to provide protection and security for sensitive health information. It basically assures the patient that they can relax and speak freely and honestly to their medical provider without fearing that others will come to know what they're saying. Complying with HIPAA guidelines is essential for working as an interpreter, translator, or medical assistant. It is actually considered essential for anyone who works in the healthcare sector to act in compliance with HIPAA regulations. Unfortunately, many medical interpreters regularly breach HIPAA regulations. This puts their careers at risk and causes difficulties for their patients. Many of these breaches could potentially result in large fines or even jail time. Most of these breaches could have been avoided if the interpreter had understood clearly what was acceptable under HIPAA laws. It is therefore very important to understand the basic requirements of HIPAA and how it will affect your future role in the medical field. This is exactly what this course is meant to do. In the 4 units, we will go over the main foundations of HIPAA. Meteo HIPAA confidentiality course. So now that you know what HIPAA is and why it's important, let's take a look at a fundamental part of the HIPAA law, PHI. PHI stands for Personal Health Information. It is an expression that comes up frequently when discussing HIPAA law, so it is essential to be familiar with it. So PHI, Protected Health Information, refers to any information that could potentially identify the patient. It could refer to the individual's past, present, or future health conditions. It covers any form of communication, whether electronic, on paper, or spoken. Unless it is for the patient's treatment or related to his healthcare operation, no information that could identify a patient to a third party (18 identifiers, according to the HIPAA law. Names, all geographic subdivisions smaller than a state, all dates except for the years, telephone numbers, fax numbers, email addresses, social security numbers, medical record numbers, health plan beneficiary numbers, account numbers, certificate or license numbers, vehicle identifiers and their numbers, device identifiers and serial numbers, URLs, IP addresses, biometric identifiers, including finger and voice prints, full face photographs and any comparable images, and any other unique identifying number, characteristic, or code. It is very important to remember that unless it is for the patient's treatment or related to his healthcare operation, no information that could identify a patient to a third party can be given without the patient's authorization. In conclusion, in this lecture, we introduced HIPAA and the basic reasoning behind the law, and we also explained what PHI is and why it's important to identify and not to offer to others without the patient's consent. We hope you enjoyed this lesson and that you look forward to the next lecture on HIPAA privacy rules.